Hi everyone, this is Meredith with Soul Navigation. Thank you for being here. Today we're going to talk about the second half of May. This is a three-part video series and I really hope you already watched the video on retrogrades. If you haven't, go back over to that video and check it out because this is a really big, we are on the precipice of such incredible change and I want you to know all about it, and that is such a good video. Just subscribe so you don't miss my next videos, and I'm going to be doing them a little bit more frequently. Let's dive in right away, okay? So happy birthday to Taurus, and let's talk about May 16th. Now May 16th, Mars enters Cancer. So for each of us, the home and the family and the heart, our parents, our lineage, our heritage will be the center of our focus right now. Emotions are very intense when Mars enters Cancer during this transit, and we'll also have the ability to have very thoughtful energy in the world. So it stays here all the way till July 2nd. So you're going to be kind of focused on your children, your parents, your family, your home, your heart, your emotional makeup, until about the 2nd of July. On the 15th of May, Mars is at that 29-degree Gemini. And I want to know, especially from my Geminis, and anybody else, truthfully, but I want to know, how do you fare on the 15th of May? Was it a good day? Is it a good day? That 29th degree is challenging, and I find that it's very difficult to make anything good really happen on that 29th degree. So that's on the 15th. On the 16th, it moves into Cancer. So if you have to pick a day, skip the 15th to do something important and put it on the 16th. But I would love to hear in your comments how the 15th went for you. I'd love to know from Sagittariuses and Geminis especially. Virgo and Pisces has a struggle with that. Let me know. But I really like the Mars in Cancer. Not a lot of people like Mars in Cancer, but I do, because it slows us down and it makes us a little bit more of a thoughtful warrior. That is on the 16th. And also on that day, Mercury, the mind, is in Taurus, and it's trining Saturn in Capricorn. So it's a great mental clarity day. We really might get the truth about something on May 16th. Now on the 17th and 18th, I hope you guys are writing this down, Venus conjuncts Uranus. Okay, so Uranus and Venus are in the exact same place in Taurus. And it's really wide, but Mercury and the Sun and Venus and Uranus all oppose the moon. Now it's a wide berth, I get it, but I think you're going to feel this. So get ready for a surprise of sorts. This day could be good or bad. I don't know, because you can never know what Uranus is going to do. The Sun and Mercury are also trine that day to Pluto in Capricorn and Saturn in Capricorn. So this day is going to be so interesting, the 17th and 18th. I think when Venus conjuncts Uranus, you're going to have a love surprise. You could meet somebody from out of the blue, or somebody could enter your life that you didn't expect. You could actually receive a sum of money. That is a day that I would probably play the lottery. I wouldn't expect a lot, because if you expect it, it probably won't happen. But Venus is love, and it's money, and it's self-worth, and Uranus just comes in and just shakes it up. So this is a day that it's sort of a roulette day. And so is it good or bad? We don't know. We have to spin the wheel to find out. But it is a power-packed day. So I guess expect the unexpected, but also I hope that it brings you something really delightful, super succulent and sweet, and I want to know about it, especially if you are a Taurus. Now hold on one second. I got to go back to that, because all of that is opposing that Scorpionic moon. And I'll tell you one thing. Taurus and Scorpio have one thing in common, and that is that they are very steadfast and they are very loyal. So Uranus can come in and you can kind of get a shocking blow to all that loyalty. So in the Scorpio moon, you know, they have X-ray vision. They can see the color of your underwear underneath your clothes. So you may get a shocking truth that has a little bit of a emotional goodbye in it for you. That moves us on to that full moon in Scorpio, which comes into the illumination, the full illumination of the full moon on May 18th. Scorpio moons, right? I love them. I know them dearly. I have the most prominent, important people in my life have a Scorpio moon, and it is intense. We are going to feel an intensity on the 18th, and it might be the very most intense and potent full moon of the entire year. It might be. This is when you are going to become really aware of your deepest desires. And you're also going to struggle to fulfill those deep desires. Taurus and Scorpio, they're also all or nothing signs. So we have to sort of stand firm in between what is truly best for us and what do we need to let go of. This is a goodbye day, and this is an emotionally jam-packed, filled goodbye day. So this is high emotions. Imagine the full moon as sort of a bucket of water, and it's filled to the brim. Now put it on your head, walk around, and try not to splash. That is how tenuous and precious that day is. You need to be highly focused on this day. There is probably an ending of sorts, something that you need to let go of, something that will leave you. There could be a death, a divorce, a sadness. Be gentle and tender with yourself. Know that it doesn't stay in the pain. There could also be a truth that is revealed because the Scorpio moon is a detective. Very difficult to fib, fool, trick, lie, or deceive a Scorpio moon person. Get ready for a truth to be revealed, and the truth may actually force you to say goodbye. Why? Because you value yourself. Because you have a tremendous amount of self-worth and value, because that's what Taurus is about. Now we are going to move on to May 21st. Happy birthday, Gemini! Woo! We're going to mix it up now, and I want to know, what is the best part about being a Gemini? I don't have any Gemini in my chart. I mean, we all have a house that's ruled by Gemini, and I do get it through the placement of the planets in the third house for me. But I don't have any raw Gemini energy, so I want to know, what does it feel like to be a Gemini? What's the worst quality? What's the best quality? Tell me. Let me know your Gemini secrets. So the sun moves into Gemini, and right now we are all super social, super curious, and we are open to lots of new things, lots of new experiences, new friendships find us, new energy. We bubble over with curiosity. We want to learn something new. We want to experience something new. We get busy again. We get busy. And also on the 21st, Mercury enters Gemini. So you have the sun in Gemini, and you also have Mercury in Gemini. And so this is a really intense time for us. It's like we're doing Words with Friends, the Sudoku puzzle, and the hardest New York Times crossword puzzle all together at the same time. We're on 25 radio stations all at once. We are going to literally exhaust ourselves. So the mind is going to go into overdrive. You might get super busy at work. It's like doing jump rope, just like boom, 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 boom. It's going to be just amped up. The volume is amped up, and we might feel really, really scattered, pulled in 1,000 directions. But it's also kind of fun and exciting. It's kind of like being the curious puppy. So when Mercury goes into Gemini, Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. So this just sort of feels great, like a fresh start, a new beginning, and a re-energizing phase for us. And you're going to find ways to communicate more effectively, communicate more efficiently, communicate more quickly. You're going to have an enthusiasm about what you're learning or your thoughts. You're going to have opportunities to go on short trips that are going to be fun and exhilarating. You're going to want to roll the dice and play and try new things. You're going to want to try the poo-poo platter. You're going to want to try the wine flights. It's not going to be a dull day on May 21st. We also might, in the world, receive communication that is very Gemini-like. So we might get bombarded with a to-do list or tasks or information overload on this day. We might also see the forked tongue, where the world sort of tells us one thing and then undoes us from that very thing. And it might be a day of great indecision in your life where you have an opportunity and you're at a fork in the road and you don't know which one to pick. Do I pick option A or option B? And you might need to do a little more research to know which opportunity you want. So it's an exhilarating time. On the 22nd, Mars in Cancer, sextiles, so it's a great aspect, Uranus in Taurus. Ooh, this is so exciting. So there's a lot of shifts right now around your family, around your home, around your investments. Yeah, your house might be changing. Your family might be changing. You might, surprise, be pregnant. You might have a child leaving your home. You might have a child graduating. Something is shifting inside your family. And if you are a Cancer, it might be kind of painful. If you are a Taurus, even though this is a positive aspect, it might be uncomfortable because you guys like routine. So Cancers and Taurus don't necessarily love the discomfort this beautiful transit creates, but there is some blessing in it. It just probably feels uncomfortable because it's changing your nest, changing that which you value. It could be changing your relationship to your mom or the women in your life. Okay, May 30th, Mercury in Gemini is squaring Neptune in Pisces. So my cynical self says, who's going to lie to me? Who's going to fudge and fake it? Who is going to tell me a fib or just try to deceive me and it completely is believable? Like, where am I going to get tricked? I also think this is a day when somebody can kind of steal from you. I feel like this is a day when your bank account balance doesn't add up. I think this is a day when you could have fraud on your credit card. There's something a little bit deceptive on the low level of this aspect because it's a square. But if you prepare for it and you're ready for it, you won't be fooled. You won't be tricked. You'll go, she told me about this day. So I want you to really pay attention. Who's telling you what? Who's telling you what? Who's trying to trick you? Because the boundaries are really blurry right now. You can't really even see the truth on this day. So I want you to sort of chew on it, study it, double check the facts. There's going to be an opportunity for you to be foggy. This is also a day that I would not want you to take any unnecessary drugs because Mercury and Gemini squaring Neptune and Pisces, you probably could really get the dosing wrong. So if you're responsible for somebody's medications, really read the labels because this is a blurry, foggy time. Now, it might not be that somebody's lying to you. It might be that you're just massively confused and you just cannot see. So I just don't want you to get into trouble with this. This is also not don't drink and drive ever, but on this day is a day when you could get busted radically. So Uber or Lyft. This is a day when you want to take the keys away from somebody who's had too much to drink, especially if they're a Pisces or a Gemini. This is a day when you want to share your location if you're going to a weird space or place. It's because you cannot see around corners. You're in the fog. On the 30th, though, I'm going to tell you that there's another aspect to this day that I love. So if you're prepared for that transit, then you can step into the gloriousness of this other transit that occurs on that day. And that is Venus in Taurus is in sextile to that Neptune in Pisces, but it's trining Saturn in Capricorn. So it offers a sobering quality to that day. So Venus in Taurus sextiling Neptune in Pisces, you might be confused a little bit about love but when it trines Saturn, it like brings this like clarity and lucid quality to your experience. So you could really grow your money that day. You could receive a surprise bonus that day. You could step into deep self-worth. You could step into opening up your third eye. You could step into your own psychic power. You could graduate from your Reiki energy healing class. This is a day when you make a commitment to self, your self-worth, and your dreams, if you will, come into a solid culmination. They solidify on this day. So this is a day when you can really launch in the concrete world and in the spiritual world and benefit with money or self-worth, friendships, or love. So this day is fascinating. Just don't get tricked. If it's too good to be true, it might be. I just want you to really do your research around that. So the 31st, Mercury is in Gemini. We already know that. But it's opposing Jupiter in Sag in retrograde, which I talked about in that first video, right? So going back to kind of that same theme in that first video of May, in my May series, please go watch it if you haven't. Your values are shifting. You are changing your mind right now about what you believe in and what you want to invest in. Your whole philosophical outlook is altering. You're not the same person up here. Your perceptions are changing. You don't see the world the same way anymore. And you will struggle going back to how you once believed. So you are shape-shifting. And you know, everything starts with the mind. So your reality is your perception, right? And this is changing radically and dramatically. So what do you believe in? I want to know. What did you used to believe in that you now see differently? Because this is the power of the mind. This is the power of manifesting a new reality for yourself because you've outgrown your old belief system. Your old belief system kind of doesn't work for you anymore. So you're adopting, nurturing, growing, seeing, and perceiving a whole new value system, a whole new theology, a whole new philosophy, a whole new set of social law for yourself. And you're seeing it play out in the world too. So that's my May video. I hope you liked it. I hope so much that you find this beneficial and that it helps you move through your days. And I just wish nothing but the best for you. Abundance and optimism, love and light, money and prosperity. And I would love it if you would sign up for my VIP program or book a reading or just subscribe to my YouTube station so you can get all the rest of my videos coming up. Take good care, and I will see you on the next video.